Good morning, everyone. So today we're working on a Lennox unit. It's a 2004 system. What ended up happening is the condenser fan motor stopped working. The unit turns on but doesn't spin, so I went ahead and I checked the rotation of the blades, and instead of blowing air out, it's sucking air in. So I went ahead and I rotated it, and still the same thing. I checked the capacitor, that's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and put a brand new one in. It's a first choice. All I've done so far is I've cut the screws that are right here, which look like this. They're like that long. So cut those off. It's a 1/4 horsepower and like going by 230 volts, so we're using a 5 microfarad capacitor. We're using the black wire, and like it's a 1075 motor. That's why we have this one. So I separated the cables we will be needing. The brown is going to be for the fan on the capacitor. The black and the wire are for the voltage, and these won't be needed. And this is to rotate the polarity on the fan blades, so we'll be adjusting that later. What we're going to do next right now is on the actual cables on those tips, these right here, I went ahead and I took off the covers, that way I could feed them through the tube a lot easier. And once we do that, that's when we put the covers back on. So I'm going to do that right now. And for some reason, I know a lot of people that instead of feeding all the cables through the sleeve, they always end up cutting off the ends off. Personally, I don't do that. I'm still able to feed it through the tube, just one by one instead of all of them at the same time. And then at that point, that's when I go ahead and I put the rubber seals back on. It's really easy, honestly. I don't know why no one really does it. Alright, so from here, now that they're fed through, I put them back on. And for the two cables that I'm not using, I put wire nuts on it. Makes it a lot easier. So what we're gonna do on the bottom portion of these, you take off the little covers, just like that, and then pretty easy, you put these, then the little inserts, and then you put this one in that hole right there, and there you go, just like that. It's mounted on, bolts right there, cables run down, boom, nice and secure. We'll be checking this later once it's all fully connected. So we're gonna go ahead and put the blade on now. And to put the blade, it's quite easy. I mean, to remove it also, you have the little set screw right here. Removing that set screw comes out, and on this one, like, it was completely rusted. Got some sandpaper, sanded it down, or if you have like a wire brush, even better. And but even with the sandpaper, I still wasn't able to. So you get your puller, pull it out, easy. So once it's installed, all you do is you slide this back on this flat surface, and then you go ahead and secure your set screw. I think it's not going anywhere. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna put it back on top, wire everything up, and go ahead and test it out. So once the blade was on, what I did, I fed the wires through. It's kind of hard to see, you guys, sorry. But put the capacitor, the brown goes on the fan, the black wire goes on the left side of the contactor, and then the white goes on the right side of the contactor. Once that's all done, I mean, if you want to test it real quick, you push on the contactor when the power's on. If air blows up, you're all set. And just to show you, I always have a little piece of paper with me. Let's place it up top. Put the power in. Let's check. Goes away. Over there. And that's how you replace a universal condenser fan motor from First Choice.